Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Hitchner 2009 here. Probably need to go ahead and get the camera here. What's going on, guys? I'm gonna try to show you fishing in this pond out here. How to fish for bass. I'll give you some pointers and stuff like that. I don't know if it's real hard to hear me or not. This isn't such a very good recorder. I'm using a camera that has a recorder on it. So if it's hard to hear, I'm sorry, but I'll try to, edit the video or such like that. So if after I'm done editing and stuff, it's still hard to hear, I'll try to maybe remake it and get a better camcorder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw out here, and I'm going to just explain to you, some techniques for bass fishing so you can catch some, and maybe I'll catch one while you guys are watching on the camera. Alright, I think maybe I'm going to point you guys a little bit off to the left here, just because that's where they mostly have been hitting since I've been fishing down here. I got my pole. Alright, and as I said before, the brokeback minnow. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we can get here. Right. Like I said before, you throw this out there and you very, very slowly reel it in. I don't know if you guys can see it moving through the water there. I think I had done a test video and you could kind of see the ripples it was making. It makes a V as it's going through the water. There's actually a fish just jumped over there, a pretty big one. They've been frequenting over to the left there of the camera where you can't see. But I've never had any luck catching them over there. I throw over there all the time and no luck. I'm going to stick to right here in front of the camera and maybe I'll be able to catch something for you guys. Nothing on that one. So on this lure, you don't want to leave it out there for long, because then it doesn't work right. Like I said, you want to slowly reel it in, let it do its thing. Don't reel it in fast. You can reel it in fast. I mean, if you reel it in fast, as you look, the V's went away, and something just messed with it. You can run it mid or top water, whichever one you want. But like I said, I like running it off the top. So let's get into some techniques. What are good techniques for bass fishing, some might ask. You want to try to stick, when you're fishing in a pond like this, you want to, try to get out everywhere. Under moss, bushes, stuff like that, docks. If your pond has a dock, this is just a straight pond with no dock, not many bushes, so there's really not many places for it to hide. So as you see, I cast all the way to the other side of the pond and I'm covering, a good chunk of the pond. Oh, there's one jump right there. You may hit this. Let's see what happens. Come on. Nothing. Alright, anyway, I'm covering a big chunk of the pond with just this lure because it's not very big. I like fishing in ponds like this because they're not very big and you got a better chance of catching a fish. Now when you're fishing in like a lake, it makes it pretty hard to catch, any type of a bass or whatever you're fishing for because it's so big and there's so many places it could be and you don't know where it's at. Even a fish radar sometimes isn't handy. Well, had a hit there, missed. You spit it back out. Thing you're gonna notice with bass, they'll either nudge it or they'll suck it up and spit it right back out. Now with using this brokeback minnow here, normally most of the time when they suck it up, they're gonna get screwed because it has 3 hooks on them. But as you just seen there, didn't really work. I know you can't see out to where I'm casting, so let me cast back out that way. Really would like to catch one while you guys are on the camera. That'd be awesome. But yeah, try to, fish on the edges. They like to hang out, in the mossy stuff, all where the grime's at. Like, there's a bunch of grime in this pond on the edges. They love hanging out there. You go to a pond and you look at the edges, you're probably going to see little itty bitty tadpoles, baby fish. Alright, and that's where the babies are at. They love hanging out in that, and that's also where the parents are, okay? So try to fish in there. Now, when you're fishing with a brokeback minnow like this, fishing in like the moss and stuff like that's not good because it's going to pick it all up with its hook. So, like you see I'm doing here, I'm casting and just bringing it through the middle. Because this, I've had experience with this pond, and I know where they like to go. Come on, something hit. I'd love it. But it's all about patience when it comes to fishing. Is all it is. You can't be too fast when it comes to fishing. You need to wait. Sometimes it takes you a while. I was out here all about an hour and a half yesterday, and I didn't catch nothing. Although it was a bad day for fishing. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to catch anything today because it rained pretty dang hard this morning. So it may have, been bad. Weather has a big big play in what you can catch. That was a pretty bad cast. So let's go over, the good times for catching bass. I'm going to recommend early morning, before the sun comes up, right before the sun comes up. Don't fish in the dark, it's very hard. It can be done. Maybe I'll put that in the description to show you guys. But fish early morning, because that's when they feed. You always want to fish when they feed. So early morning, late afternoon, and right at dusk, right before the sun goes down. Because that's when they feed. I'm not particularly fishing during those times. It's mid-afternoon. Probably not going to get anything, but you may get a straggler. That's what I'm hoping for. Like I said, I'm just trying, to explain the stuff here. On what to use and, how to do it. Thought I felt something here. Maybe not. Well, it doesn't look like it. Oh, missed it. I don't know if you guys seen that, but he came up and, gave it a little feel. They do that from time to time. So, there's maybe a little hungry one out there. But as you see with this brokeback minnow, I throw it out and I let it wait for a minute. And sometimes I've had luck where I throw it out and they'll nail it as soon as it hits. So, but I'm debating on whether I should try out some of these other lures for you guys. Because it takes a little while to set some of them up. I'm really hoping I get something on this one because there's a lot of waves going on right next to it. I don't think I'm gonna do. Need to make sure this is still recording. I don't want to be talking to myself. It is, so yeah, you guys can see pretty good. So I also want to get some feedback from you guys. Are you guys liking my new videos? Like I said before, I'm doing requests, so go ahead and throw a request out there. I'm gonna go ahead and sit here. Maybe you guys can hear me better sitting right here. I'm doing requests. I did one requested video already about my Android phone and how to use the app, so I've already done that. This is just, I figured, some people like fishing, and, if there's people out there that don't know how to fish, I'm gonna teach them, the basics. I got a brother that's really interested in bass fishing, and, he's just never had anybody teach him. And, so, I figured I'd be that guy, help him out, and, maybe he'll learn something from this video, and so will others. You never know. YouTube is a helping community. Sometimes you get the wrong people on YouTube, and they go on there and, you know, troll. If you don't know what trolling is, it's, you know, making bad comments and stuff like that, dogging your videos just because they can. But, you know, I figured I'd show you this video and then do a little, you know, video log, just to keep things, you know, interesting, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I would recommend fishing in a pond, like I said before, because lakes are they're a little harder to fish in. Now you are going to get bigger bass fishing in a lake, because, you know, actually I don't really know why it is like that. Why bass grow bigger in lakes than ponds. Maybe because they have, you know, more stuff to eat off of, or more, I don't know. But they grow bigger in lakes. I know that's a fact. But I like fishing in ponds because they're smaller and you got a better chance of catching them. That's all it is to it. Like this pond right here, this is like 3/4 of the pond. There's a little bit off to my right, but it's really shallow over there, and I've never had any luck fishing in it. So I don't fish over there. Plus, there's a pasture out here. I don't know if you can see it. Along the back of that pond there's a electrical fence, and there's one off here running through the middle. I don't know why he's got it running through the middle of the pond. I think it's pretty stupid because I freaking got a buzz bait stuck on it, and I accidentally grounded it out by touching the bait while it was touching the fence. And guess what? Bzah! Yeah, I think it's like 150 volts. Doesn't feel very good, especially when you're standing knee deep in the frickin' water. But, you know, stuff like this is good to fish in, small stuff. Now the bass in this pond are pretty big. I've caught some fairly big bass in this one. Maybe I will put a link to the pictures. I got 2 pictures of 2 of the big bass that I've caught in here. I think I'll do that. I'll put a link in the description for the bass that I've caught in here, so you can see, you know, this stuff actually works, and I'm not just, you know, blowing smoke in there, you know. I really wish that I could get something, even if it's just a little one. I'd love it for it, but like I said, I'm not too sure if I'm going to, because of the way the weather was this morning. Plus, it's not during their feeding time, so they may be just looking at it and saying, hey, I'm not real hungry right now, maybe later. It's actually good to fish in overcast weather like it is right now, rather than sunny weather. Just because, you know, it kind of messes up the cycle on when they feed just a little bit, not much, because it kind of fools them. But, you know, a bass is hungry when it's hungry, just like us. Freaking, we're hungry when we're hungry. So that's why you get stragglers. And there's one right there. There we go. Yeah, buddy. It's not a bad sized bass, little baby one. But there we go, I caught one. He's covered in weeds, so let me get this brushed off here without gaffing myself. Hey there, little buddy. How you doing? So now, okay, also now that I caught one, I can teach you how to, you know, grab one. Teach you a trick on how to paralyze it non-lethally, to hold it and show it off and stuff, and then throw it back. No animals were hurt in the process of this video. I figured that might be maybe a little disclaimer. Some people think fish cruelty. Okay, so you got your fish here, right? Let me put some slack on this line. That might be the same one I caught yesterday. That's a really small one. I caught him around this time yesterday, I think. Alright, so you got your bass, okay? Take your finger, put it on the bottom side of his lip. So you're gonna grab him, he's gonna be like this, okay? Stick it in there like that, and pull back. Okay? So it'll open up his mouth. See how I got it like that? And then pull back. I don't know why it paralyzes them, but I think it's just, you know, a lot of stress on their mouth and they just give up. But there's a largemouth bass for you. I'm really happy that I caught this while on camera. He's about, I don't know, probably 9